Mewtwo here with another gameplay, and it's Hang On for the Sega Master System. Of course, the Mega Drive version would probably be the one people would be most familiar with, that in the arcade. But this was an early release on the system, and if I recall, a fairly good game too. I probably don't recall the buttons though. So you got your three gears, low, middle and top. And basically you use up and down as a D-pad to select gears, which you do that in the Afterburner game as well, Afterburner Outrun on the Master System too, and I'm not really a fan of that way of changing gears. But it's obviously a kind of a cut down. Oh, why am I slowing down? It's a cut down version, but it fits within like the 32K card restriction, because this is originally a Sega card release and a ROM release. It was one of the built-in games at one point, so it's been all over the system. You know, it's been a card, a cart, a ROM. And I'm actually more surprised, given how prevalent it seems to be, that I didn't own it back in the day. I suppose I got my Master System later on, and this was an early title. Oh, literally just hanging on there. Yay, extended play. I actually didn't think I was going to make that. I normally don't, because I am fairly crap at these type of games. But this is one of those games that you kind of can just pick up for, literally a couple of minutes, and if I hadn't got the qualification, it would have been even less than a couple of minutes, and just, blast around it and, kill a bit of time. And certainly compared to something like Mac Rider on the NES, like it's definitely a superior game in my opinion. Nice and colourful, well defined. When you get used to the controls, it handles fairly well too. As I said, I find the gears a little hard to shift up and down between. And Hang On always has the feeling of slightly slidiness. But that's true in the Mega Drive version as well. Trying to go too fast there. You know what they say? Oh, this isn't too bad. I was expecting this gameplay to be more of a doing the first bit twice and that's it. But hey, stage 3. New frontiers for me. Bugger. I think it's safe to say stage 4 is out of the question now, but we get a nice little change of scenery, and the course is definitely getting harder, which you'd expect. Oh, I often forget to go back up a gear, which, because this game is entirely based on it's entirely based on time. If you don't go up your gears, you're in big trouble. This is a straight, hey, stage 4. Whoa, those poles are distracting. And a nice city in the background. I don't know how many stages there are, so for all I know, like, there could be 100 stages and I've barely started. Or there might be 5 and it's all over. This one's quite windy. Should possibly be even been using the brake. I just used the going up and down gears to to speed up and slow down, which I don't think that's how real motorbikes work. Oh, not. Drop down into low gear instead of going into high gear, or top gear if you will. Oh damn, forgot to go back up a gear again. Geez, stage 5. I've honestly never gotten past stage 4 before, so... No, or I've never gotten even to stage 4, so this is quite surprising. Hey, amazingly, on a playthrough, doing better than what you would normally do. Most of the times when I commentate in a game, I do a lot worse, because you're also, I suppose, commentating, so you're distracted. I could see though that you could definitely get mastered at this type of game if you practice it and learn the course and whatnot, because it is, you know, there's a strong degree of memorization going on here. You know, the corners are always going to be the same. Just those, you know, rival drivers to get in your way. Oh, thought he was going to crash into me there. And I say he's going to crash into me, not I was going to crash into him. Oh, might do it. Yeah, that's it. Congratulations. So what? This turned from a gameplay sort of into a playthrough. Challenge the next course. Ah, right, a course. That makes sense. Oh, geez, now? I thought it meant like go back to the menu and challenge the next course, the basically harder versions. So that was surprisingly good. I'm sure people who have played this for more than, you know, say half an hour are going, surprisingly good? Are you mad, man? That's the baby's track. You crashed on it. How could you crash on it? Stage 1? The sound effects for when you're passing out someone though have that very 8-bit vibe, don't they? Vroom, vroom. Of course, the problem with going so much further than I anticipated is that I didn't expect to be commentating on Outrun for more than a few minutes. Damn or Outrun. It reminds me of Outrun. I did have Outrun when I was younger. One of the early games I got for the system. Actually, one of the few early titles that I had for the system. Most of the games I had were kind of tended to be later releases. Oops. In fact, I didn't realize until much later on that there was so many games that had the, shall we say, more primitive grid artwork type of thing. I must be losing concentration now that I'm attempting to commentate again. Stay away. Boxing me in, that guy. Damn, I thought I'd slide just in front of him, but I guess not. Thankfully, they don't seem to be too vengeful. You know, they're not like those type of driving games where the drivers swerve across the road to try and hit you for no apparent reason. Like in Outrun, what the hell are they doing? Like minis that are just driving along, just go, I don't like that Ferrari. thinks he's so great. Oh, look at me, I got a supercar. You're in just an ordinary family car. I'm so much better than you. Well, we'll teach him a thing or two. Well, it looks like this hang-on adventure has come to an end. And a lot longer it was too. Sometimes I love how, because you have momentum when time hits 0, you can just pass the finish line. Not in this case. But wow, there we go. Cleared course 1. And I like that game. I like Hang On. I think it's an early title for sure. But it's also really abundant and cheap to pick up. And I think if you're into racing and you have a Sega Master System, you should definitely buy it. So we'll leave it there because that was way longer than I thought it was going to be. And thank you for watching, as always, and I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, perhaps you too might try some Hang On.